You know, when we think about a massive hotel trying to go green, what usually comes to mind? Probably those little cards in the bathroom, right? The ones asking you to reuse your towels. Well, today we're going to dive into something much, much bigger. We're talking about how AI is becoming the secret weapon for creating real, meaningful sustainability in hotel operations.
Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert with quite a bit of experience in modern hospitality operations, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. And listen, what we're about to discuss isn't some far-off futuristic concept. This is happening right now, and it's transforming one of the most traditional parts of the hotel business from the inside out.
So, here's our roadmap. First, we'll tackle the biggest hurdle of all. How do you actually measure something like sustainability? Then, we'll get into the tech that makes it possible, AI dashboards. From there, we'll zoom in on a surprisingly heroic department, housekeeping. And finally, we'll see how all this data can change the entire business strategy. Let's get started.
Okay, so here's the problem. It's one thing to have good intentions. Lots of hotels say they want to be sustainable, but how do you actually turn that intention into a real result? Well, you probably heard the old saying, and it's absolutely true here. You can't manage what you don't measure.
This is really the central question for the entire industry right now. How do you go from a promise you put on your website to actual, tangible, provable results in your day-to-day operations? And the challenge is layered, you know? It's about turning those good intentions into actions you can actually measure. It's making sure what you're doing on the ground aligns with those big corporate ESG goals. That's environmental, social, and governance targets that investors and guests really care about. And then you have to be able to report on your progress accurately. It all comes down to accountability. And this, right here, is where the technology comes in to save the day. So let's pull back the curtain on the tool that's making all of this possible, the AI dashboard. So what exactly is an AI sustainability dashboard? Well, think of it like a central nervous system for a hotel's green initiatives. It pulls in data from all over the property and analyzes the most important numbers, what we call key performance indicators, or KPIs. And it does it all in real time. And we're talking about getting incredibly specific here. We're moving past fuzzy goals. This kind of dashboard can tell you exactly how much water was used to clean room 304, or if, say, the fifth floor is using way more cleaning chemicals than the fourth floor. All of a sudden, being green isn't a vague idea. It's a set of hard numbers you can actually manage. And for all of you looking to become leaders in this industry, I have to stress this. Understanding how to use this kind of data is no longer a niche skill. It's quickly becoming a fundamental requirement for making smart, strategic business decisions. Okay, so we've seen the tool. Now let's really put it to work. Let's see how it can completely revolutionize one of the most essential departments in any hotel, housekeeping. What this technology does is create this powerful, continuous cycle of improvement. First, the data comes in. Then, the AI helps you analyze it and spot trends. Like, why does water usage always spike on Tuesdays? Those insights then allow you to make changes and drive improvement. But that final step is crucial. Making the results visible to everyone fosters real accountability and this incredible sense of shared purpose. And this is where things get really interesting, because it's not just about managers staring at charts. Imagine being on the housekeeping staff and seeing a screen in the break room that shows your team cut water waste by 10% this week. That's a huge motivator. It turns a job into a mission, one where you can actually see the positive results of your work. This intense focus on data does something really amazing. It completely changes how we think about the housekeeping department, elevating it from a simple cost center to a genuine strategic powerhouse. For decades, honestly, housekeeping is viewed as a cost. It was an expense on a spreadsheet that needed to be managed and minimized. But with data, that whole picture changes. Now, it's being seen as a strategic partner, a department that can directly contribute to the hotel's bottom line and its public image. Just think about it for a second. Every single time a housekeeper uses a more efficient cleaning method or saves a bit of energy, that little data point rolls up. It becomes part of a bigger report that can attract eco-conscious travelers, satisfy investors who are looking closely at those ESG scores, and build a stronger reputation in the community. Their small, daily actions suddenly have a huge strategic impact. And this shift in thinking, this ability to see every single operational detail as a potential strategic advantage, is exactly what separates good leaders from truly great ones in today's hospitality industry. So, we've seen how data has turned housekeeping from a behind-the-scenes cost into a front-and-center strategic asset. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If AI can do all of this for cleaning rooms, what's next? The front desk? The kitchen? Maybe the entire guest experience itself? It's an exciting future to think about.